What is the importance of management? Management is a goal oriented component. It is nothing but management is concerned with achievement of specific goals. It is concerned with achievement of specific goals. It is always directed towards achievement of the objectives. Management function is always directed towards the achievement of the object. The success of management is measured by the extent to which objectives are achieved. When we can say that the management function is successful means up to which extent the objectives are achieved. With the help of the extent of objectives achieved, we can say that whether the management function is success or not success. So management is a goal oriented one. It is concerned with achievement of specific goals. Management is associated with group effort. That means it is done by a group of people, not by a single person. Management is associated with group effort means it is done by group of people, not by a single person. Management is intangible. Management is intangible. It is a unseen force. It is a unseen force that we cannot touch it one. The management function cannot be touched. It is not physically available, but it is evidenced by the result of its efforts. It is evidenced by the result of its efforts. So it is an unseen force. Its presence can be evidenced by the results of its efforts up to the date order. Management is an activity, not a person or persons. Management is an activity and it is not a person. It is not a group of persons. So it is the process of planning, organizing, directing and controlling the people to achieve the objectives of the organization. That is nothing but here to plan or the organizing or directing and controlling some activities is nothing but here management is an activity. Management is universal. The principles and techniques of management are universal in nature. The principles and techniques of management are universal in nature. They can be applied to any organization, either it may be a government organization or a private organization or an educational institution or a military organization or any non-profit organization. Management is a universal function. Anyone can use this one. A government company can use. A private organizations, some private organizations, not only some, many private organizations will use management functions. Educational institutions, military organizations, religious institutions, non-profit organizations will use management. So management is a universal function. The principles and techniques of management are universal in nature. Management is situational. Management is situational. Management never advises the best way of doing the things. It will never advise you which is the best one. According to the situation, you will come to know that which function is the best one. According to the situation, the manager will come to know which principles are to be used, which approaches are to be used, and which techniques of the management are to be used to the particular situation to get out of from the particular problem or to find the solution to the particular problem. So management is situational. Management is concerned with people. Since management involves getting things done through people, that is nothing but human beings. The human beings perform this activity with the help of planning and controlling. The human beings perform this activity with the help of planning and control. This management cannot be separated from the men. That is nothing but men is not removed from the management. Without men, management is nothing. Next one, management is a combination of art and science. Management makes use of science as well as art. It is science because it collects the knowledge with the methods and data, analyzes the data and measures it, and take decision with the help of experiment. So it is a science. It is science because it collects knowledge with the methods of data, analyzes and measures it, and a decision is taken with the help of experiment. Management is an art, means application of knowledge for solving various problems. Application of knowledge for solving various problems. These are the importance of management. Another topic of today is functions of management. So the major functions of management are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, communicating and controlling. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, communicating and controlling. So the major function of management is planning. Planning includes forecasting, formation of objectives, that is nothing but creating the objectives of a company, forming the policies of the company, formation of programs and formation of producer and budget. It is a function of determining the methods or the path to achieve their specific goals or objectives. It is a function of determining the methods or path of obtaining their specific objectives. The planning determines in advance what should be done, why should be done, when, where and how should be done. What is to be done, why it should be done, and when, where and how it should be done. This is done not for organization as a whole, but also for every division, every section and every department. So simply, planning is nothing but thinking before doing. Planning is nothing but thinking before doing. And next one is organizing. Organizing includes departmentization, that is dividing into departments, giving the authority to the department individuals, fixing their responsibilities and establishment of relationship. It is a function of providing everything useful to the business organization. It is function of providing which is useful to the business organization. So we know that we are having some major resources like man, machine, material and money. But at the same time, there are some limitations to use these resources. In such a case, a manager has to design and develop a structure to relate the resources. That means how to organize the resources. Staffing, which includes the manpower planning. Staffing includes the manpower planning, recruitment and selection, placement and training. Here, the people whom we recruit are basically responsible for the organization success or the progress of the organization. Without people, there will not be any company or organization or a firm. Right person should be employed for right job. It also involves training of person or the personnel with proper remuneration. So proper manpower should be planned, proper recruitment and selection method should be used, and at the same time when a person is placed, he need to be given proper training. Directly getting a person and keeping him on a particular seat and giving him a project is going to be failed. So in order to avoid the failure of the placement, we need to train him. So the major function of the management is, another major function of the management is staffing. And next one is directing the people how to achieve the goals. Directing the people how to achieve the goals. It includes decision making, supervising, guidance, etc. When the manager performs these functions, he issues orders and instructions to his supervisors, which implies the creation of favorable work environment, motivation, managing managers, managing workers, and managing work environment. Communication or communicating. Communication provides the very important link in an organization. Every successful manager has to develop a effective system of communication, which means he need to exchange the facts, ideas and information. The company manager need to exchange the facts, ideas and information between his group members. Controlling. It is a process of checking actual performance against standard performance, what we actually planned, whether are achieved or not. That is nothing but in the controlling, we check whether any deviation is there in what is planned and what actually achieved. How it is detected means the necessary steps should be taken, like establishing the standard of performance, how to measure whether the specified management function is deviated or not means, first of all we have to establish a standard of performance, measure actual performance with establishment, and finding out reasons of deviation. So like this, here we are having 6 functions of management. One is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, communicating and controlling. Functions of management are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, communicating and controlling. Tomorrow we will discuss few more topics, the nature and scope of management.